Yeah, like we always do about this time. My name is Cornbread Capone. This is Unpopular Honesty, the home of brutal honesty and real hip hop music. And today my special guest is a young lady that I have been knowing for over a decade. A consummate artist, but turned into a jack of all trades through her learning experiences throughout life. She's back in 2023 with more new music on top of new tracks. And if you don't know who I'm talking about Janae Monique. What's going on?
Shit, same old.
Yeah. This space that I've been in with this podcast allows me to talk to people on different levels that even shock the shit out of me a lot of times. First of all, before we even get started, I'ma ask, how are you doing?
I'm good. It's kind of early as fuck, but I'm good.
Yeah, this weather cold as shit. But what are your plans for 2023 musically?
Musically, basically, this year I plan on putting out like more videos. I got a shitload of songs, so why not do some videos? So that's my main focus, trying to put out some more videos instead of, less music, more videos. Even if it's a new song, I probably won't even put it out until I got a video to it and shit like that. So,
okay.
Trying to focus on that part. Probably get back into doing shows and shit again too. So that's like my main focus on the music shit.
Now, if you watch this show, I talk to an overwhelmingly large amount of niggas. And I don't get to talk to women that often. And one of the reasons why is because I have certain questions that I can't pose to a man because a man can't answer questions pertaining to women, the ones that I have. Yeah. And I think you know where this is going. But we're going to travel down this road anyway. Now, the landscape of female rap. When I met you, I believe at the time there was only one female rapper in the mainstream when I met you. And I don't know if there was an underground scene with female rappers in it at that time. I don't think it was. I think it was pretty dry. I think it was just this one female artist who was signed to a major label, and it was just that. But now, obviously, things have changed. Mm-hmm. Now, the lane of female rap has opened up tremendously. You have countless female rappers. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about the content of majority of female rappers? Because there's only one female rapper that I know of that doesn't rap about selling herself. And I'm going to just be honest about it. I mean, let's just go on and be real about it. Like, the reason why female rap is suffering is because of the content.
You mean like selling herself, like actually selling herself, or like selling herself like only talking about sex and shit?
I mean, all of it. I mean, because, I'm not going to sit here and say, we shouldn't have those type of records. Because we should. If you're a fucking adult, you're going to talk about adult things. But now, should it consume your life? No. Should it be your end all and be all? No. Should we hear about it every day, all day? No. You know what I'm saying? Like, it becomes boring and redundant when that happens. I believe that's the state where we are now. Like, it's like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's only so much you can rap about your pussy. You know what I'm saying? It's only so much you can rap about selling yourself before it sounds stale. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And now, that's why I'm asking you. I'm like, yo, like, what does Janae think about this shit? You know what I mean? Because you can make music without having any of that in it, and it's still appealing. It still make people want to listen to it. Mm-hmm. It still has style and skill and substance wrapped up in it. Mm-hmm. A lot of female rappers can't do that. It's like they can't.
I believe some of them can, but they choose not to because some females be like, okay, when you're a female, okay, sex sell. The nigga's gonna hit up your shit and blah, 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 blah. Everybody going to hear it because they feel like sex sell as a female. Me, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna talk about what I want to talk about. Like,
right.
And when I speak on shit, I be speaking on real shit. But, like, I don't knock nobody grind, shining, nothing like that. So, when they speak on shit like that, if the shit banging, I'm gonna listen to it. Shit, I might be jamming that bitch in my car singing this shit. I don't care. I mean, because it's not me. I mean, they got their own little way of doing shit. I got my own way of doing shit. But if the shit, like, hard and shit, I'm gonna listen to it.
Now, I want to ask you a question coming from the perspective of a parent. Because now we are both parents. Mm-hmm. We both raising little boys in this world. And I'm glad, shout out to my son's mother, you know what I'm saying? Much love and respect. You know what I mean? We had a conversation and she said, hey, I don't want our son listening to this, and this, and I don't want him watching this, and this. And I said, I fucking agree. You know what I'm saying? Because there are certain things that children should not be privy to. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, let them be children.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the messages that are coming from female rap today and how that translate to children?
I mean, shit, there's some songs I don't even let my son listen to that I make. And I'm damn sure not about to let him hear it. But kids can't hear everything because they go around saying this and they go around feeling like they can do that and do this. I understand that now because I've been seeing my little nephews and other kids. They know not to act on it, but they got kids that'll be like, oh, gangsta, I'm shooting at 223 and blah, 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 blah. They don't know what the fuck they be talking about. They also be trying to throw up gang signs and shit like that. These kids bad as hell. And it's all because of the shit they listen to and the shit they see. Kids go off of what they observe and hearing shit like that. Not every kid is like that, though. If you teach them right, you know, tell them the right things. Not all kids is like that, but some kids go off of what they hear and what they see. And I'm damn sure not about to let my son listen to some of my music. So it's just
and that's
shit
real. But I mean,
I don't agree on.
it goes into a deeper issue because it's like, okay, now if we know this, if we know all of what you just said is 100% true, mm-hmm. Why doesn't the general public, including those who are raising children, because you have a choice on whatever app you get on, you can type your choice in. Mm-hmm. It don't play it for you. You type it in, whatever you want to pop right up. Instead of typing in the negative, why don't you address the positive or play the positive? Because the positive like not appealing. It's not appealing to hear a record where, a rap song or a rap album where don't nobody die. Mm-hmm. Or
it's kind of hard to find a damn song like that nowadays too, because everybody rapping about the same shit.
Well, everybody's not.
I don't even keep up with the new shit no.
Everybody's not rapping. I mean, well, if you keeping up with what's popular, yeah, they rapping about the same old shit, but in the middle, even last year, you have a whole bunch of garbage that come out. A whole bunch. But amongst that garbage, you have like something like Nas album. Classic. Mm-hmm. Classic rap album. You have Lupe Fiasco. Mm-hmm. You had Snoop Dogg. You had Mount Westmore. And you had Kendrick Lamar. You know what I'm saying? And out of all those albums, you know what I'm saying? It ain't many albums, but how many garbage albums came out last year? How many times have you turned on the radio and heard noise pollution?
Oh, listen to
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why I advocate shoot the radio. You know what I'm saying? Because shooting the radio can prevent the world from being contaminated by the sounds of bullshit. So, we just have to be honest about that. Like, people don't want to be honest. Fuck that. I'm here to be fucking brutally honest because people, that's the reason why rap has gotten to the state that it has. Remember at one point, Okay, do you remember Showtime at the Apollo?
Mm-hmm.
When somebody got up there and they wasn't good, what happened? Their ass got booed off stage. They didn't care if you cried. They didn't care if you whatever. Your ass got booed off stage. Same thing would happen at showcases. If your ass was whack, you got booed. Mm-hmm. But what happened was somebody said, "Oh, don't hurt their feelings. Oh, I know they whack, but don't tell them."
You're supposed to. I mean, it's a way of saying things. Like, you don't just be like, I ain't gonna lie. Some people deserve to hear, like, you just dry as whack. Some people deserve to hear that shit. But it's a way of saying shit. If you think the person actually got potential and shit like that, you let them know what they could, don't just tell them they whack. Let them know what they could actually fix to, better themselves if you hear that they got potential and shit like that. But some people really need to just get the fuck off a microphone and shut the fuck up. I mean, like, just listen to the music. Don't record that shit at all. Do not fix your lips to go to a microphone at all.
And I agree. Some of this shit I be hearing, I be like, what the fuck is this? Like, and everybody's going crazy over this, and it sounds like a bunch of nothing.
It's a bunch of boo.
A bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is you get on social media, and this is the number one trending, the most popular. Everybody's using it on their pages, and I'm like, but this shit sound like a clogged garbage disposal.
Well, the trending shit only trend because it's catchy. So as long as you got something catchy that's catching most of the kids' attention, man, if the kids listening to it, the parents gonna hear it sooner or later. And even if the parents don't like it, they gonna eventually get used to, hearing the shit and start singing the shit too.
You know what I've been seeing that I feel like should be against the law?
What?
People above 35 who listening to music that their children should listen to.
Shit,
I'm sorry, man.
If I like a song, I mean, it was one time, okay, that Vibe song by Krishan Rock, I was like, man, turn that shit off. Because I was like, she just yelling. But then they just kept playing that bitch. Now when they play that bitch, I'm just dry and singing with them. I down to know all the damn words.
I mean, I don't even consider.
You get used to it from time to time.
Certain people, I don't consider, and I never will consider. I'm still harsh like that, so.
That don't mean I like the shit, but
I'm
it
brutally
starts to
harsh.
get catchy. When you have a catchy song, that's what makes money.
I guess it may be, but I never mention that person by name because, like, as an artist, that's a joke.
Somebody out here?
No, I'm talking about the person you just mentioned with the song, and because I don't consider that person an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just something that they did. You know what I'm saying? Just to keep the conversation going. Really, that's how I look at it.
I just feel like everybody got their own style. They gonna have people that agree with it, people that don't. Like, some people still just rather listen to straight hip hop shit like you. You rather just hear that little hard shit. Like, actually speak on some shit. You don't want to hear shit with no auto-tune, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, it's a new era now, so you gotta kind of scoot yourself in a little bit. Just a little bit. You ain't gotta do it all the way. That don't mean you gotta start using auto-tune and shit like that, but everybody have their own type of style, so shit, I don't knock nobody's style.
I think what it is with me, I think the line of disrespect that I had to hear long before I started this podcast, like just when shit started changing and newer artists just came out and just said wild shit like, oh, Tupac music was boring, and when they started doing shit like that, I mean, well, you shouldn't listen.
They probably be like,
I'm not gonna talk about nobody without knowing.
Like, hell no.
I'm not going to, first of all, you're not going to compare greatness to a time when there's little to nothing great coming out. Yeah. And that's what people of this generation love to do. They love to compare. And there's no comparison. In the 90s, we had Wonder Woman. This generation wonders if that's a woman. That's not the same shit. You know what I'm saying? We had real men represented on television in the 90s. Mm-hmm. We have real fairies represented on television today. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no real men on television today. So it's not the same thing. It is not going to be looked at the same. Rap is not going to be looked at the same. R&B, they... Another question. How do you feel about them saying R&B is dead?
I didn't know they were saying that.
Well, I'm not going to say who said it, but it was somebody who made a statement on a podcast to the effect of R&B is dead. And I said, well, yeah, if you don't talk about love no more.
I know it's not... Man, back in the day, they weren't really talking about love. They was talking about some sneak shit.
I mean,
they just put it...
When you go back and listen to the old records, you can still hear the love in it. When you listen to R&B today, you can hear nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they was talking about taking another home, man.
It sounds empty. It sounds hollow today.
6 girls. But they made it sound good, though.
Yeah, I mean, it was it was some R&B records back in the day that, and they wasn't cursing. That's the cold part. They wasn't cursing in the R&B yet. They was making records that a lot of kids shouldn't have been listening to because of what it really meant. Mm-hmm. And when I found out later in life, I was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, no different than...
It wasn't for the kids to understand, though.
Right. Now, we just singing the song. We don't know what
we try and sing the song.
You know
what I'm saying? We like, oh, damn, this the shit I was singing.
Like, yeah, like, you know, because it was certain records about, you know, about a lot of things back then. They didn't curse. They just set it up in a certain way. But when you're old enough to understand the music, you say, oh, shit. Maybe I wasn't supposed to be listening to that as a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this motherfucker was on the radio all the time. You know what I mean? But, hey, be that as it may. Another question. Well, I always ask everybody this question. Gotta hit you with it. Mm-hmm. Janae Monique, do you have a top 5 best rappers?
Nope.
Nope.
I don't. I don't have best rappers. I just like who I like.
Who you like?
Like local wise or industry wise?
Well, we can do both. We can do both.
I don't know. Shit. Local wise, female wise, like I say, I fuck with Ceemoe music. I like her style and shit like that. I feel like she should have been big or some shit like that. I fuck with her music. Jay, I like her style too. Yeah, I like her style somewhat. Who else I like locally? I don't really have too many. I don't really listen to too many local people. The shit just pop up. So like whatever I'm seeing all down my timeline and shit, I listen to it and I just play the shit. But shit, I like Kiki D style too.
Right. I
haven't heard from her in a minute. I don't even know if she's still doing music or not. But like her style, it's real. She been doing that shit. You said 5, that's 3. I need 1 more. I need 2 more. Damn, man, we might be sitting here for a minute. Got me over here thinking and shit.
Well, if you, what about national? Who you listen to that's out there on the radio already? Or if there is anybody you listen to that's on the radio?
I like some of Megan Thee Stallion music.
Really?
I like her style on some of her songs.
People are not gonna like to hear me say this, but
you don't like Megan?
I don't because of her content. She has skill and she has the ability to be a great female rapper. But what's gonna keep her down is rapping about the same old shit. It's only so long you can rap about selling your pussy.
But she got some songs where she's not even talking about that. And I heard them. Them hoes go, they bang. But I like Cardi B. Who else I like? I'm just talking about artists now.
Right.
So Cardi B, Megan, Jay, Ceemoe, Kiki D. That's about like the only female rappers I like so far that's out now.
You don't listen to no male artists?
real artists. Yeah, but Mo3, man, I love the fuck out of Mo3. That just had to kill him. I love his music. But,
I never heard him rap.
You never heard his shit?
I never heard him rap.
You never heard him rap?
I've heard a lot of his music, but he don't rap.
He rap on some of that
sing.
shit. Yeah, but he got some that he rap on too.
I haven't heard him rap. People say that, but I haven't heard it. I'm like, okay, what song is it? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause
shit, I could play something for you right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first heard him, the youngsters around, you know what I'm saying, the hood or whatever was jamming him, and he sounded a lot like T-Pain, and I was like, what are y'all? I was like, what are y'all listening to?
That
He was like,
no
nah, that ain't T-Pain. That's Mo3. I'm talking about when I first
heard
him. This is the first time I'm hearing it. This is before really anything. This is early. So I'm like, damn, that shit he sound a lot like him. But then, matter of fact, what I heard was I walked in and he had a song where he remade 50 Cent Mini Men. All he did was take what 50 said and just, I guess, sung it in his own little way over a whole nother beat. But I'm listening to it and I'm saying, that's not his song. I was like, that's 50 Cent record. You know what I'm saying? Like,
they got a lot of artists that did that shit before though, but
I don't know.
If I redo somebody's song, I'm not taking their words. I'd rather put that shit in my own words and in my own style. I'm not gonna do it the same exact way. I'll probably do the hook the same way, but the verse gonna be in my own way. It depends.
Are you making any records this year with any artists from the town, from Beaumont?
I'm like, I mean, I do features if they hit me up. Other than that,
You plan to get into the movies? I see a lot of people jumping into the movie thing now. Would you like to do the movie thing or no?
I might want to try it one day, but I'm not really like big into it, honestly.
It's a different world, man.
I'm bigger into the fact of just watching the shit. Like, I don't too much care about being in it. But like, if it comes to a point to where I actually get in one day, like, try to get in one day, I might do it. But
it's not a bad idea.
I don't too much care about getting into movies and shit like that. It's the reason why I barely even have videos out now. Because I don't too much care about filming and shit like that. But that's what I need to change and work on. I'm going to have to get behind the camera a little bit more. That's my only problem.
Yeah, man. I mean, and I know people who do videos, so that ain't no problem trying to get videos.
Yeah, I know some people who do videos too. My ass just be bullshit. I be on some other shit. I be procrastinating, all type of shit. I be having a lot of shit going on. So it's another thing. So I can't just say, okay, I'm gonna do this video this day. Because if I just set a day, 9 times out of 10, something's just about to pop up to where I can't do that video that day. So I just do it when I do it. That's why I'm about to get my own shit again. I'm down about to just do my own fucking videos. Because I be having too much shit going on anyway. That's why I really don't be hitting nobody up. Like, I do everything on my own. Because I can be on my own timing. When you do everything on your own, you're on your own timing. You ain't got to worry about nobody else's schedule. Meeting up with nobody at a certain time. You do that bitch whenever you're ready. You get that shit done whenever you're ready. As long as you know what the hell you're doing. That don't mean just do it just because you got the equipment. Nah, you got to know exactly what the fuck you're doing before you just do it. Because you can have a video and your video could look like shit because you don't even know what the hell you're doing. And you're not going to really get that many plays. Because your shit look like shit. Who the fuck want to look at that?
Right.
So.
Right. I mean, that's something I had to learn after doing video after video after video. And I feel like I'm at that point now to where it's of a certain quality, and I know what that quality is, and you try not to go below that. But what I wanted to ask you was, what does the future of music look like from your perspective? And when I say music, I mean like music coming out of Beaumont, Texas, 409 area.
I mean, if everybody just stay on their shit, we'll have a shitload of fucking artists coming up out of Beaumont. Like, everybody start trying to be better than somebody else. Who the best rapper in Beaumont? Man, the best rapper is the best hustler in Beaumont. I don't give a damn if your shit kind of suck. My nigga, if you pushing your shit out, you making money off of your shit, fuck that best rapper shit. You making your money, you doing what the fuck you gotta do. You could be the best rapper and not make no money. It's all about your grind and shit like that, your motivation, all that shit. Ain't no best rapper in fucking Beaumont. But at the end of the day, they do got people who grind harder than the other person. You want to be the best rapper? Okay, pick up your grind. Work harder. Do what the fuck you gotta do. Quit bullshit. Quit worrying about competing with the next person. Shit, link up with that motherfucker. The person you think better than you, don't hate my nigga. Link up with that motherfucker. See if you can do a song with them. You feel like you got it like that. If you got it like that, they'll fuck with you. But, you know what I mean? Don't knock the next person down and shit like that. Ain't no fucking best rapper and shit. But,
well, you know that comes from rap being competitive.
They got a lot of talent in Beaumont, though. People just be bullshitting. They be bullshitting. It's so many people I know that should have been big right now that's in Beaumont. They just be bullshitting. They be bullshitting.
I don't know where that come from though. Like that's like a story that you'll hear a lot because, you know, even from my generation, there was artists who were supposed to be bigger than what they were. But my generation, you know, it ain't too many of us. Might be the only one left. You know what I mean? But to be honest with you at this point, you know what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at the future of rap, I'm looking at artists who done got deals. I'm looking at artists who got big budget videos. I'm looking at artists who done jumped into movies, jumped into television series. I see a lot of shit. Even the people I don't like and fuck with, I still watch and see what's going on. And I say to myself, like, what is this shit gonna look like in the next 5 to 10 years? Because rap is always changing. Music is always changing. You know what I'm saying? The way that you consuming it now might be different in the next 5 to 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I ask these questions, because I be wanting to know where people mind be at.
That's
you know
why
what I'm
you
saying?
gotta focus on making hits, not just a damn song. See, I just make songs. I don't give a damn. I make whatever come to my head. I'm not too big on getting signed either, but that brings me back to that shit about rappers should have been big and Beaumont be bullshitting. I'm kind of one of them motherfuckers that be bullshitting. But I ain't gonna say bullshitting. I had too much shit happen.
Well, I'm gonna say this too.
Down the road and shit like that. And it kind of, you know, I was in a fucked up state of mind at that time, so I kind of fell off.
Not to cut you off, but about the artists who were supposed to be big. Notice in New York that they have radio stations that will play, or at least back in the day they did. You had Hot 97, you had Power, you had these places in New York who would play these records. You had DJs who had relationships with these artists who would play these records. In Beaumont, Texas, what DJ do we have that's affiliated with any artist that's in a position of power to play a record on the radio? We don't have that. You know what I'm saying? Now, your best bet is to go to the club and get a record played at the club. But that's kind of difficult to do if your city has more than 10 clubs. Now, your MO is going to the club every other night trying to get this record played, and it becomes difficult. You know what I'm saying? But now, what was you going to say?
I said, I know a lot of DJs and shit, but my shit not meant for the radio. I don't make music for the radio at all. But I'm going to try to work on it this year, too. So, I be cussing my little ass off. I talk too much shit in my songs for my shit to be on the radio.
I mean,
I do not feel like making the clean version.
So, well, it wouldn't be a bad idea if you did. I mean, because something I learned. I mean, I coming from a professional profanity user. Uh, I used to curse like profusely in my records, like for no reason. Like everything was a curse word. And then, really through reading books, expanded my brain, expanded the vocabulary. So now I can make a whole album without using the word nigga or cursing. You know what I'm saying? But I still do both because there are people that appeal to that type of music, the profanity, the nasty stuff. And then there are people who like the clean stuff. So I done made a clear bridge in between. Okay, I can make a record because I got a record that I can play for you right now. And you're going to be like, that don't sound nothing like cornbread. You know what I'm saying? But it'll go, and it's going to go with people who like clean music with no profanity. And then I got some real nasty shit that you're going to say, oh my God, they're going to eat this shit up when it come out. You know what I'm saying? And I know that because that's the reason why I made it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a part of this music thing is also about knowing what people want. If you know what people want, and you can feed it to them at the right time, because a lot of this shit is about timing. You get your timing right. You get your grinding right. You get your product right. You're on to something. Hopefully, y'all are listening and paying attention and taking notes right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially artists who have the desire to put out music. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here, is there anything that you would like to say?
Nope. Not at all.
Nothing at all. Nothing that the public can look forward to. Nothing coming out soon.
Nah, my shit gonna come out when it come out. I'm not putting no date on nothing. All I know is that this year, I'm about to change a lot of shit up. You know, I like to do a lot of shit for myself, but I'm about to change that up, you know, start doing more stuff this year for, like, the people. And, you know, quit focusing on myself all the time in my music. I gotta get them something they want to hear, too. I just be giving myself something I want to hear. But that's because I just do that shit on my spare time. But I'm about to work on it, change up a lot of shit. Probably get into the videos and stuff like that. Get back more into it like I used to be. I used to be every fucking well when I was doing music at first. But yeah, that's what I'm about to start doing again. So I'm not putting no release date out on nothing. You gonna see it when you see it. That's period. I'm not about to be like, oh, it's coming out tomorrow, coming out next month. No, that bitch gonna drop when it drop. So.
And I do have one more question I'd be remiss not to ask about the homie. I always have Ceemoe in mind. I always keep Ceemoe in mind. I wrote a script for a stoner comedy that's dedicated to Ceemoe. Yeah. Because that's a conversation that me and him had. That's something that he wanted to do. I wanted to ask you about about being involved with that, because I think that is gonna be like something that would be dope to do in honor of him. You know what I'm saying? I got the script done, just haven't got the particulars done yet. You know what I'm saying? But I do know it's I called it Pressure. It might change though, because I seen another movie titled Pressure.
So you trying to make a movie based on him or something?
Well, the movie is about two guys who trying to find some weed. And they have to go on a fucking adventure to find the weed, and while they walking, like they gotta take a little journey to go get the weed because they ain't got no car. So they walking and they run into hoes that want to smoke for free. They run into the youngsters with the dreads and all the guns. They run into the laws. They run into old men. They run into just an adventure. And then when they get the weed is called slowed vision. And then they smoke one, and it helps their ass walk back to their destination, and that's the end of the movie. You know what I'm saying? But in a movie form, I guess it would be similar to Friday because
So
it takes place
y'all
in a
on
day.
a journey to find some weed during a whole damn movie, basically.
Well, they know where it is. They getting to it because they ain't got no car. You know what I'm saying? And the really funny part is the shit that they run into on the way. You know what I'm saying? Because it's, you know, all kinds of wild shit that I threw in there. But
I would like to see how it come out.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I you know what I'm saying? I would like for you to be a part of that. I mean, if you could say anything about the homie C, what would you say?
Put me on the spot. He was a great ass artist. I know that much. He had respect from a lot of people. He was really trying to put a lot of rappers, because they had a lot of people, you know, clashing heads and rappers clashing heads around the time before he passed. So he was trying to do like this big ass, you know, album or something, like putting all the falling out artists together before he passed away. Like just to make everybody unite or some shit like that. Like that little group page on Facebook, Hip Hop the Culture, he had made that shit. You know, just for people to, you know, unite and stuff like that. Bond, do features, you know, link up with. But he was a great artist, great dad. Loved the fuck out of weed. Can't tell him shit about no weed.
Yeah, man.
That nigga was growing, smoking. He was doing every fucking thing you could think about doing with weed.
I think
that's what the fuck he was doing.
I think since my nigga been gone, that's why I've been smoking for 2 by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause that's something that
He made some good ass fucking edibles. I know that much. Man, he made some brownies one day. Man, that shit was smelling good in a bitch. It's so good. I went up in there, man. I was like, man, I'm sure this little one piece, because I don't smoke no more. So I was like, I'm sure this little one piece right here ain't gonna do shit. Man, tell me why I ate that little piece of brownie. I didn't wake up to down there the next day. Mm-hmm. I was like, oh, hell no.
Yeah, wow.
I felt good, though. I had a nice ass sleep. Best sleep I ever had. That shit was good in the bitch, but I ain't eating it no more.
Man, I'm gonna say, rest in peace to the homie Ceemoe Smith, man. On behalf of Janae Monique and the good people at One Man Records, I am Cornbread Capone, and this is Unpopular Honesty. Until next time, everybody, peace and love, because that's what the fucking world needs right now. Peace and love. I can't stress that shit enough. Peace and love, y'all.